I've tried everything and nothing works. That's code word for you're lying. Okay, you know my style, I'm keeping it real. So a lot of people will say they've done every diet plan, they've tried everything, and what that really means is they just haven't found the answer because they just haven't done it long enough. So if you tried everything, try this. There is a rule of thumb what it takes to start to drop body fat. And it's how many feedings you have before you cheat. And so cheat means before you have processed food, before you have sugar, before you have white bread. So basically you're eating from the ground up, not the box down, and it is almost exclusively organic, wild game, grass fed. So here's what you do. You set a number. So if you can count to 40, then you can try this. And if you can get to 40 feedings before you have one bad feeding, you'll start to get results. So if you're obese, or if you just can't get the scale to move, or you just can't drop the body fat, try doing 40 feedings, which means if you eat 3 times a day, what is that? Almost 2 weeks before you have one bad feeding. I call it a feeding instead of a meal because we have tendency to snack. So every time something goes in your mouth, that would be a feeding. So you really got to check yourself before you wreck yourself because you probably were lying to yourself. All right, so that's a person who's clinically obese or someone who's very sick. How often do you have to eat really healthy? 40 feedings. If you're a middle of the road and you're somewhat active and you can drop body fat pretty good and your body fat's maybe below 20%, it's 20 feedings. If you're a very lean person who has no problem staying pretty healthy, dropping body fat, but you want to just lose a couple, it's 10. So if you're already at 10, 12% body fat, you want to go 10 feedings before you cheat. And so that means majority of the food you're going to do, you'll be cooking at home. And the reason they got out of control with you was because you started to go for convenient food. So you need to go back old school and cook your own food, get on the grill. And here's another big tip for you. If you made it to 40 or 20 or 10 if you're lean, you can change your perception and think about, instead of cheating, maybe I'll just do a starchy carbohydrate like rice or lots of potatoes for your cheat meal. It will work and you will feel better. Or reward yourself by doing more. I went 40 feedings. I'm gonna break down and I'm gonna go buy some grass-fed bone-in ribeye. Make that your cheat. Jimmy Jack.